completing the Forever Lace granny square as part of our 365 granny wear crochet along project. It starts off with a chain of 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to go back to the 8th chain from the hook, or the first chain in the line, and do a slip stitch. Got a little loop there of chain. We're going to do that 4 times. So from the slip stitch we'll start again with a chain of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and again back to the 8th chain from the hook, or the first chain, and we're going to slip stitch through that loop. So you can see how these little chainy loops are going to make the center of our square. We're going to do that 2 more times. Okay, once we've done our 4 little chain loops of 8 chains, we're going to join the 4th one to the first one through the first slip stitch in the project, and we've got the 4 of them there. They look a little wonky, but they do straighten out as you go. So moving on to round 2, we're going to single crochet 6 times into the first loop, or chain 8 space if you prefer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now we're going to complete a picot stitch, picot, however you want to say it. Quite simple. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to go back into the first stitch of the chain, yarn over, pull up a loop and pull it through, and that's it. That's the picot stitch. That's how we get the nice little pointed corner. We finish off this chain 8 loop with another 6 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. As I said, when you first do it, it all looks a little wonky, but you can see with completing that second round how much it opens the stitch up and starts forming an actual foundation. So we move over to the second chain 8 space, or the second little chain loop there, and do the same thing again. 6 single crochets followed by the picot stitch at the top, and then 6 single crochets to bring it back down to the middle. So that's 3, 4, 5, and 6. We'll make our point. My yarn stops tangling. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, back into the first chain, yarn over, pull it up, pull it through what's on your hook, and then another 6 single crochet. And we're going to do that for the other 2 loops as well. So each section has a total of 12 single crochets and the picot stitch in the middle. So 6 single crochet, picot stitch, 6 single crochet, and we're back at the center and moving on to the next one. I'll meet you back here. We're going to do an invisible join to join the last to the first. and finish off with our first colour. I've just joined my second colour into a picot stitch with a single crochet. We're going to do a second single crochet into that stitch. Now the remain a single crochet, not a double. Do a second single crochet into the top of that stitch. The remainder of this round is worked into the back loop of stitches. So our first stitch is going to be a half double crochet into the back loop of the stitch next to the picot. So just a half double crochet followed by 2 stitches of double crochet, again just working into the back loop. One and 2. Now we will excuse me, we will chain 1 and skip the next 6 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 7th stitch we're going into with a double crochet into the back loop. So all back loop here, there's 1, second double crochet into the back loop of the next stitch, a half double crochet into the back loop of the stitch closest to the picot, and we're going to go into the space in the middle of the picot stitch with 3 single crochet. There's 1, 2, and single crochet 3. And then we're going to start working down the next side. We're going to complete the exact same pattern we've just done. So we start with a half double into the back loop of the stitch next to the picot, and then a double crochet into the next 2. There's 1, remembering back loop only, 1 and 2. Then we're going to do a chain 1 again, skip the next 6 stitches and repeat it again. So we're going to work that around all of the little petals, and I'll meet you back here. When we first started this round, that we only did 2 single crochet into our first picot stitch, so I've just done the final one, so we have 3 in the top of that stitch and joined it with a slip stitch as we normally do. So on to round 4. Starting round 4, we're going to chain 2, which is going to serve as our first half double crochet. Then we're going to do 2 more into the same stitch. So 1 and 2. You'll have to excuse my voice. I think I'm coming down with a horrible summer cold. We're going to single crochet into the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we're going to do a single crochet into the chain 1 space of the previous round. My apologies. And then we're going to single crochet into the next 4 stitches again. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're at a corner again, so going into the top of that picot stitch with 3 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to single crochet into the next 4 stitches, the chain and the 4 following that, and follow it all around to square up the center of our gorgeous forever lace. So continue with the single crochets and I'll meet you back. Round 4, we're starting to look a lot more square now. My end's making it look a little untidy in the center there, but I'll weave that in later. Now at the end of round 4, I joined the first and last stitch with an invisible stitch, or a slip stitch if you prefer, and I've just joined on my first colour so that I can start round 5 with a little bit of colour variation. Joining on in the center of any half double crochet in any of the 3 half double crochets in the corners. I'm going to chain 3. So that's 1, 2, 3, and we're going to single crochet into the same stitch. I'm just crocheting one of my tails, crocheting over one of my tails rather than having to weave it in at the end. Now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and we're going to single crochet into the next stitch. And we're going to repeat that 3 times till we get to the next corner. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and a single crochet into the third to join that chain to our square, and start again. 1, 2, 3, skip 2, single crochet into the third stitch, and chain 3 again. Now we'll be at the corner. When we skip our 2 stitches, we'll be working into the half double crochets again. So I'm just going to get in between them with a single crochet, a chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then our single crochet goes back into the same corner stitch. That's how we keep our corners nice and square in this block. And we begin again with our chain 3, skipping 2. So 1, 2, 3, single crochet into the third stitch, chain 3, skip 2, 1, 2, with a single crochet into the third, and we're going to continue that pattern until we get back to our starting point. So continue with your chain single crochets and I'll see you in a minute. You can see I've gone all the way around, but rather than chaining to join up to our first stitches, we actually do a double crochet across into the center of my tails are getting in the way. We do a double crochet into the first stitch to join it off. Out of the way, tail. Right. So a double crochet across that way is replacing our final chain 3. And we're ready to move on to round 6. Now we do a single crochet around that double crochet that we used as our final instead of a chain. So just a single crochet in there, and then we're at the corner. So we're going to chain 3 from the single crochet so that we can get into our corner stitch and complete that. And we're doing the same thing again. So into the center of the little chain we made last time, we're going to do a single crochet, chain 3, and finished it off with a single crochet into the same stitch. Now we're just going to follow the same pattern. Instead of going back into previous stitches, we're going to use the chain 3 loops. So from the corner we'll chain 3 with a single crochet into the chain of 3. Chain 3 and then a single crochet through the chain 3 from the previous loop. So we're starting to look a little more lacy. We're going to do that all the way to the corner. Corners, of course, will remain as a single crochet through the center loop, a chain 3 and a single crochet back there. So we've got those nice pointy corners around the whole square. You will have to excuse my nails. I had a little bit of an accident with the car door and lost a couple of them. So 3, so we're at a corner, so we're going to go into the center of the chain with a single crochet, a chain 3, and back into the same chain with a single crochet. We're going to continue that all the way around. So I'm going to complete this round and tie off because I would like a little bit of red in my square. So I'll see you back here for round. That round, we've done the same thing as the previous round, and rather than joining with a chain 3, we've done a double crochet into that chain space to finish it off. I'm just joining on a 3rd color because I would like a little bit of red in this square. So we're just going into any chain 3 in the corner, joining it in with a single crochet, and then continuing our pattern as per the previous round. So a chain of 3, a single crochet to finish that one off, and then we're continuing with that lacy look with our chain 3 and a single crochet into the previous round's chain 3 space. And that is how we finish the pattern. Any additional rows will be completed in the same way with the chain 3 and a single crochet into the chain space, so you can make it as big or as small as you need to fit with your other squares. I hope that you have found this video helpful and that I've spoken loud enough for all of you. Enjoy your crochet, and I hope you love the Forever Lace Square as much as we do. Have a great day.